All right, welcome to Two Guys One Take. My name is Noah, and that is Turner. And Turner, the Oklahoma City Thunder are NBA champions, but Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles, it looks like, in the first quarter after having 9 points through the first 8 minutes of the game. So, have to mention that first. Um, obviously, that was kind of the dark cloud over the game, but um, what were your what were your thoughts as the game progressed from there?
Um, well, obviously seeing that hurts because the Pacers and Halliburton himself has grown the love of so many and respect of so many different people, like fans, including myself. So it's always tough to see a guy like that go down. Especially with the run he's been having this whole playoffs. Yeah, when he went out, it kind of just left a sour taste in everyone's mouth, and I don't think the Pacers themselves could just climb back from that because obviously, TJ put in a good shift and so did Benny, but I don't think it was enough for the boys. Needed that one extra guy, especially Halliburton.
Especially the way he had started the game, 3 of 4
Yeah,
from three, and he was locked in. Um, Sucks to see him go down. I can't believe the ESPN cameras
oh,
got
dude.
that shot.
And
That
showed
was
it so many times,
and
too.
kept showing it. It's okay, because they need to remind people that are tuning in late that aren't looking at social media, what's going on, to figure out what's happening. But just they kept showing the zoom in on his face, and he knew right away, starts saying no right away, and you're just like, man, I don't need to see that for a fifth time.
Yeah.
I felt really bad, obviously, like everybody did, when it happened. I think I texted you right away and was just like, that fucking sucks, because
Yeah.
I think we were on the way to a pretty awesome close game 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we still got a pretty good game other than the third quarter, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, without Halliburton, it's not that McConnell and Benny and Nemhard can't carry the load, because they can. It's just that it gives them no chance to get any rest, and they're only used to
Yeah.
playing in short spurts. So it's just a lot to ask. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Siakam didn't. They could kind of just key in on Siakam at that point as the only real true creator that's been there, done that. So
Yeah.
tough spot for the Pacers to be in, especially against a team that's as good as OKC at home. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you just felt bad in the third quarter when they couldn't score.
Yeah. And that's most of the Pacers' offense is Tyrese driving and sucking in two defenders and kicking it out. That's why Miles Turner has success in Pascal because someone's closing out on him, they're getting off balance, he's just beating him or shooting because him and Miles Turner shoot very well. But it's just not the same with TJ or Benny because with those two, they are creative, but you don't need to bring two guys in to defend those guys. So it didn't really leave anyone open, and it was just kind of isolation basketball the whole game. But
Yeah,
I
Halliburton
didn't
gets
mind
the
the
ball moving. That's the
yeah
problem.
I didn't mind the fight from Benny though.
Benny, we have to shout out Benny, 24 and 13 rebounds, and he lived at the line. That dude just gets to
Yes,
the
he did.
line. And
And for a second, it was working out, man, because they were scoring. OKC went on a spurt where they didn't score for I think it had to been close to 5 to 7 minutes, and it was they're on a 9-1 run. I don't
yeah,
think it was seven. It was probably 3.
no,
But
it felt like 7 because they kept living at the line. Both teams were getting to the line,
yeah,
and Benny was hitting everything at the line, and he was laying his body on the line too. He's
oh
falling
yeah,
on his elbows and shit, being slow to get up. So shout out
all
to
bloody.
him. Exactly.
Yeah,
Shout out to Benny and shout out to
Benny's a
TJ.
boy.
Um, they both. Shout out to just the Pacers in general. It sucks that it had to end this way for them. It would have,
Yeah,
even if you lose game 7, it would have felt much better to have your best player in the game the whole time and gotten what you feel like is a fighting chance. But for them to even have
yeah,
gotten here as a 4 seed, that nobody had them in the NBA Finals, let alone push it to a game 7. When they made the finals, it was like, oh, cool. Maybe, including myself, it was like, oh, cool. Maybe they'll push it to 5 or 6, but they get it to 7. Really cool team. The
yeah,
East next year now with this injury, we don't have to get into that, but geez, that's just another player that's not going to
Yeah.
play in the East. That's a top player. So kind
Mm-hmm.
of crazy to think about that. But thinking about OKC, obviously dominant season from start to finish, 68-14, and then especially at home in the playoffs, pretty much unbeatable at home. I think they went 16-4 at home in the playoff run, and
Yeah.
it was a pretty big like margin of victory net rating. So and then Shea was awesome in this game. I know that he wasn't super efficient, but game sevens are a little weird. They're always a little slow and not super efficient. But 29, only one turnover and 12 assists. And I felt like in the first half, everybody on OKC looked so tight, and he really settled everybody down and kept them in the game. And if he doesn't do that,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe things look different, because if he doesn't do that, the Pacers are up like a few possessions at half. So
Yeah. And I mean, Case buckets in that first half and in the third quarter. But yeah, like I mean, even when Shea came back in, like after the Pacers had cut it to 12, I was like, fuck, I forgot this guy wasn't on the floor. Um, but no, yeah, I mean, the bench, like Queso put in
yep.
some good minutes, so did Aaron Wiggins. I mean, Alex Caruso always. So,
Caruso attempting
I'm,
that putback dunk was insane. I can't believe he attempted
yeah,
that.
that was stupid. Like, if he, oh God, that would have been so good for just white boy summer, man.
if if he
Just put the white
finishes
boys
that,
back on the map.
yeah, if he finishes that dunk along with how TJ has been playing, I mean, we're off and running. But we also, speaking of the whites, Chet Holmgren, we gave him a pretty hard time. He has been
We
not good
did.
this whole series, so rightfully so. But this game, he did exactly what they needed.
Stupid.
He hit a three finally. He was super
Mm-hmm.
efficient, and on defense, he was kind of stopping everything. Every drive, into Chet, he was causing a turnover, pushing into a block,
Yeah.
pushing into a bad shot. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was huge for him going into next year. Like if they're going to try and make a run at this thing again and have a good season again, he needs to take like a leap. And I think he kind of found his footing of like what they need from him in this game,
Yeah.
in a big game. So
I mean, they shown that they can win games without him. I mean,
yep,
I think Hartenstein played a big role in that, but he's just got to stay healthy. Like he's going to be an impact on wherever he's at in the league as long as he stays healthy, and that's
yeah,
just simple. Just his wingspan, his ability to block shots. Like he can hit a three, and he's fucking 7 feet tall. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Um, a lot of negativity, obviously, about OKC winning it, especially with Hallie going down. I mean, people are really trying to put an asterisk on it. I personally, I mean, I don't know how you feel. You might feel different, and I would understand, but I mean, I personally think OKC was the best team all year. It's just that we're not really used to seeing a team this young be this good, and so I think we got to see some growing pains that typically a team with these growing pains would lose to a better team, but there wasn't a team worthy
No.
of kind of jumping them at the spot with some
Mm-hmm.
veterans. Maybe it would have been Golden State if they stayed healthy, but they didn't. So, um,
Yeah.
with them getting to the all the way to Game Seven and then winning it, I just think super impressive season. I know it's not like the most exciting thing to talk about, but they just play awesome team basketball. And Shea joined a really elite list of players to win MVP and Finals MVP and win the finals in the same season. It's basically Michael Jordan like four times, Hakeem,
Yeah.
Magic, Shaq, LeBron twice, and then Shea.
Crazy.
So and then Willis Reed. Shout out Willis Reed. Um,
Shout
so
out.
so kind of just crazy company to think about. And I know people try and
Oh
take
yeah.
away from who they played and whatever. And okay, now Hallie went out, but Hallie going out didn't affect the fact that Shea was awesome in this game and that he deserved, to win it and win Finals MVP. So I just wanted to shout them out because they're going to get a lot of
Mm-hmm.
hate this offseason as like a Mickey Mouse, whatever title, but I
Yeah.
just don't see it that way.
Yeah. The thing that I keep seeing is like the meme, or I guess it's not a meme, but it's like the OKC's playoff run was like Jaw getting hurt, and then Aaron
Yeah.
Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. being hurt, and then like Curry being hurt too. It just
The
I don't
funniest
think like uh,
the
go ahead.
funniest one in there is the Jaw one. Like
I know it's like
they beat the Grizzlies by like what? Like it felt like a million points that first game, and then it's sort of close in game three, and they're like, dude, if Ja wouldn't have got hurt, we figured him out. The Grizzlies fans,
uh,
I love them, but man, they live in a state of delusion,
yeah,
like pretty bad. But the
yeah,
other ones I do get, like Curry getting hurt, I think was huge. Um,
mm-hmm,
Gordon being
yes,
hurt for game seven, I know they killed him in game seven, but that was big, obviously too. And then Halliburton today, obviously
yeah,
huge. He was, feeling it before he got hurt. So you never
no,
know what would have
no, yeah,
happened. And so I get it,
mm-hmm.
and people are going to say that. But the only Mickey Mouse ring is the
Still,
Lakers' COVID ring. So
yeah, that is true. I mean, it's always tough to win a playoffs, man. There's so many fucking games for them.
so many things happen. I
But
feel like every year we get that graphic of like, how did they win the championship? And it's all these injuries. It's like, dude, every year there's so many injuries in the playoffs.
yeah, yeah. Um, but the only one because I was thinking about it earlier today, I was like, okay, Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, those are like two starters. So like that was tough. I mean, they both played through injuries,
Yeah.
but obviously, I mean, Michael Porter Jr. didn't play that well, but like he's a pretty streaky player. Aaron Gordon, like obviously played pretty well, but I mean, he did have that same like calf injury, so that series might have been a little different, especially since it went seven. But I'm just
Yeah.
glad we got a good series there, and then this was a good series too. But
Awesome
nothing to really
series.
show for in the East. I
Yeah.
mean, no,
We got to talk. I mean, the Tatum having a little bit of a calf issue and then tearing the Achilles. I know Dame just tore it. He didn't have any calf issue before.
no,
Kevin
they're
Durant,
all wearing number zero too.
I know that's crazy. That's crazy
Dude, you know
that
what's
all
even
three.
crazier that I just thought of? My number for this soccer team I'm playing on is zero,
You got to change that
and I've been having
stat.
Achilles.
You got to change that
That's
stat.
crazy.
I did see
Holy
somebody
shit.
somebody post because before game six, the Pascal Siakam like weird eyeball thing before the game went viral, and they were
Yeah.
like, he's summoning something. Pascal Siakam was on the floor for the KD tear, the Dame
Oh
tear,
no.
and now the Halliburton tear. So and the Klay Thompson tear. So
Shut the fuck up.
a little bit strange. He's been on the court for some big Achilles tears in big games.
Hmm.
Um, and so just something I saw thrown out there I thought was a little bit weird, especially given the
That
fact
is
that
crazy.
Siakam seems to be summoning some sort of like demonic entity before game six. So um I thought that
Also, we
was
didn't
worth
we
shouting out.
he didn't show up today, man. He didn't fucking
No.
do enough sacrifices then.
No, not enough sacrifices at all. He needs to get on Chiefs level sacrifices if he wants to win a title. But um, I was going to say something about the Achilles. Oh, the calf strain stuff. I think we're going to start seeing that really treated differently. I think people saw the KD thing as like a one off when it happened. Like, oh, everything's different. This is like the third time now that a big time player has tried to play through a calf strain in the playoffs, and twice this playoffs, and they tear their Achilles. And
Mhm.
I just think that obviously there's some sort of connection there. Um, and so I think we're going to start seeing that treated really cautiously, even in the playoffs,
Yeah.
because as important as it is to win now in the playoffs, if your best player is having this issue, you don't want to lose them for next year too. So I think it's going to be
I mean,
pretty cautious.
yeah, I agree. The whole, I mean, it is a long road back, but I don't know if you've ever dealt with Achilles stuff, but like it feels like it could tear at any point. So like you're kind of just like gambling at that point when you're playing through that stuff. So
Oh yeah,
and the only way to really come back from it is like strengthening it or like just resting, and it's
yeah.
tough.
No, yeah. I've had like Achilles tendonitis for the past probably like 3 months in my left Achilles from just running, training for my next race. And yeah, every time I run and I start my run and it's like kind of tight, I am in my head the whole time. I'm like, chill out. Don't like try and do anything crazy. Just go slow because it's scary for sure. So like I don't know, these guys being out there moving at that pace, it's makes sense why if they have any sort of strain there that could happen
Yeah.
because I mean they're moving way faster than any of us are moving. So
Yeah. And it's always that like super far extension when they're like
yep,
getting into a sprint and like that's their back heel. And it's always just that little bit. It's so gross. You can just see the fucking like go up into it, your calf. Ugh,
and it just like
nasty.
you can see it like just like shake your calf. I always remember Rogers was and Halliburton now too. They're wearing white leg sleeves, and so you can really
Mm-hmm.
see it. It's just like you can see the vibration. Um,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Katie's too, because he was playing on fucking stilts. You could see that whole
yeah,
thing just
you can
fucking
see
move.
everything with him for sure. Yeah, so and I've been seeing a lot of discourse too. This to change the subject a little bit on Lou Dort not playing ethical basketball on defense and being too much of a linebacker. I think he's just
Hernandez?
built. I think
Dude,
he's just built like that. That's just it.
dude, he's huge. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if you saw that block attempt he had on Benny where he just like
yeah.
was just flying straight up in the air. Like he
Oh
was
yeah.
like it was pretty clean. He's just bigger.
He's just that
That's
big.
all you can say. Yeah, like
Yeah, but I think people have just been complaining. It's probably Pacers fans. I'm sure that they're just like, how can you enjoy watching Lou Dort? And I'm like, I don't. I mean, he's locking guys up.
oh
He's just
yeah.
bigger and more physical. So uh, I thought we were getting like a Miles Turner coming out party game because he's been terrible all series. And when he hit that three, I was like, okay, maybe the Halliburton injury. Now Miles Turner's gonna get going. Nope, he was bad again. Siakam was bad. They just didn't play well, even with the injury. But Thomas Bryant did get in there for 1 minute and he did get a shot up. So shout out to him for that. He let that thing fly
Holy fuck, he did let that. Oh my god. And it
from the
was
top
right
of the
off the
key.
bench. He did not wait for anything.
From the
He
top of the
said,
key.
I'm gonna sling that bitch.
That
I'm in
thing
here
touched
for
his
a
mitts
reason.
and he was like, let's go. If I can just hit this one shot, I might get 2 minutes. Um,
God. Benny's
but
so fucking good. How old is he?
Benny, I think he's
23.
22,
Yeah, Benny's gonna
23.
be a
Okay.
fucking star. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get myself a Benny jersey.
Oh, Benny's the
I
guy.
have
I,
to.
I, I love that
Yeah.
guy. In the NBA
It's the
Finals, to
exact
have
kind of jersey I want.
you got to get the yellow one too. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only nice one. The rest of them are
yeah,
kind of weak.
yeah. I don't like the white or the alternates. Um,
Yeah.
but that's all I really got on the game. I mean, awesome series, awesome season. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to next season. But the East is going to
Sad that
be
it's over.
sad that it's over. Just thinking a little bit about next year. It's while we have some time to talk about it. I mean, the East is going to be rough. Um,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, if I'm like Cleveland, I'm probably just going to try and run it back, not change too much because. And then same with the Bucks, because like if Hallie's going to be out all year, and like who's your competition then? You might as well just keep Giannis and just run it if you're the Bucks.
Yeah.
All the
The
trade
East is gonna
speculation doesn't make
the
any
East is gonna
sense.
be tough, and it's gonna be kind of crazy to see what Jalen Brown does. Um.
Yeah, the Celtics too. Yeah, the Celtics even without Tatum now are like potentially competitive because the East is just so rough.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to see what the Pistons will do for sure. I think the Knicks will still be
I'm
Mickey
forgetting about the
Mouse print.
Pistons. Yeah,
Yeah, but no, it should be. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it, and especially, I mean, I don't know where the fuck Giannis is gonna go if he's gonna resign with the Bucks, but
I think he just should stay at this point, not force a trade anywhere because it's like I don't know, just stay, see if you can reconstruct the roster a little bit and make it a little bit more competitive. But the East is so bad. You're telling me with
yeah,
the best player in the conference, you can't make a run? I mean,
yeah,
the Pistons and the Cavs are going to be the only two teams that are going to be and then I guess this like version of the Celtics, depending on what they do this offseason. But
Yeah.
I mean, a full season of no Halliburton for the Pacers, that's going to be not good. So,
No, not good at all. But looking at the West, I'm kind of excited for it again. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
because we get a full season with Luca, and then
yep,
KD on the Rockets. We didn't talk about that, but KD on the
yeah,
Rockets,
we'll get into
then
that.
I mean the Nuggets. So it's gonna be
Oh yeah,
lit.
the West is going to be a juggernaut. The Spurs, um,
Oh yeah,
like Spurs with the number 2 pick, they're going to take Dylan Harper. He's going to be like plug and play, ready to go. De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, as long as he can stay healthy. Like, I mean, they're going to be awesome in the West too. So, it's
hmm
going to be interesting. Oh, I was forgetting about the Magic in the East with Desmond Bain now. I don't mind that. I don't mind that either. So
we'll
the East
see.
is just this weird, wide open conference next year now with the Halliburton injury. But we can talk. We can move on to the KD trade now. Obviously, I'm gonna start as a Suns fan talking about the Suns side of things, and then I think the Rockets side is equally as interesting. But this morning before Game 7, Kevin Durant traded to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th pick in this year's draft, just a few days away, and 5 second-round picks. So interesting trade. I think it was reported that in February at the trade deadline, the Rockets offered Jabari Smith and Jalen Green and no draft picks. I would rather have this version of the trade, even though I like Jabari Smith, because I like having this 10th pick to be able to make our own decision on who we want rather than trying to make it work with Jabari Smith, who maybe we just don't see it. Um, the Jalen Green piece of it, when he got traded, I was assuming when he got moved that we're going to try and flip him. And we have until July 6th, technically. Well, we haven't all year to flip him, but July 6th would be the easiest time to do it because this trade can't actually happen until July 6th. It's just agreed upon. So when you're watching the draft in a few days, when the 10th pick gets made, I don't know why the NBA fucking does this. It makes no sense, but this guy's gonna put on a Rockets hat and a Rockets shirt, and then he's gonna be a Sun. So it doesn't make any sense, but they just do it that way. Um,
Yeah, what the fuck? I didn't even.
so the Suns make the pick through the
Have they always
Rockets.
done that?
Oh yeah, that's why there's pictures of like Shabazz Napier wearing like a Charlotte like hat, and like there's Luca wearing like a
Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks hat. Mikal
Yeah.
Bridges in a Sixers hat. Like it's just
Kobe.
Kobe. Yes, and so it's just
Yeah. I didn't even think
I
about that. That's
I
crazy.
I don't know why they do it that way, but whoever gets taken with the
They
10th
take
pick
the
is gonna
pictures and
have,
everything.
yeah, with the hat on. They do an interview and they're
With
like, "How does it feel to be a Rocket?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's great." It's so stupid. Um, like somebody needs to fix that for the NBA. They've been doing that forever, and it's the dumbest thing. But anyway, I assumed that Jalen Green would get flipped. I still kind of feel like that's the case, but a lot of the local Arizona media people have been saying he's staying and that the
Hmm.
Suns want to keep him and Booker as the backcourt. Um, I don't mind that. I can talk myself into it, but I still think it's a lottery team at that point. So
Yeah.
they need defense behind that. Like and Dylan Brooks, good defender. Okay. Ryan Dunn, good defender. We still don't have a big. I mean, Nick Richards is a backup big, and he's not a good defender. And we still have the Brad Beal contract coming off the bench, making $50 million and playing no defense off the bench. So still not a good team, but I like that we're trying to get some financial flexibility. Um, if we can move Green, I would still be happy with that. But if we don't do that, we have to move either Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal to free up this like 2 guard like problem that we have because Bradley Beal can't get traded. So I just try and
Yeah.
forget that he's on the team. Honestly, when I think about next year, I just forget that Bradley Beal. I'm just like I don't even think about him. I hope he just doesn't play. But um, interesting trade to get started for the offseason. I think there's going to be many more moves, whether it's moving Green or moving Allen or O'Neal, or whoever. I am excited that I now have two picks in the first round to think about and see, the 10th and the 29th. With the 10th pick, I want the big guy from Duke or Danny Wolf from Michigan. Those are my two
Danny
top
Wolf.
choices. Dude, Danny Wolf
Danny
is a
Wolf's a
fucking
dog.
stud. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
The
I don't
others
think
big that Michigan had was Golden.
I, yeah,
Yeah,
Michigan ran
they were
like
fun to
this.
watch.
They ran like this crazy like pick and roll with both their bigs. So,
So
um,
sick.
I liked that, but I'd rather have Malawate from Duke, but I don't think he's going to fall to 10. I think he'll get taken earlier than
No,
that. Um,
that would have been nice. So
but he would give the actual like defensive presence that I'm looking for, like for the team,
yeah,
especially on the back end. He's supposed to be like a Rudy Gobert type defender at his peak. So we'll see.
is he 7 footer?
7'2", yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, he's big. So I would love for him to fall. But I think Danny Wolf is more realistic because he has more question marks. And, I think that would just be more fun. But we will
Yeah,
see. Kevin Durant on the Rockets side, though, that's basically exactly what they needed. And they didn't have to
yeah.
give up any of the guys that they actually value for him. They've been trying to trade Green for the past year, basically, like
hmm
secretly. Dylan
Yeah,
Brooks,
and I feel
whatever.
like the playoffs like kind of put the hammer on the nail with how he
Solidified that.
performed. Yeah,
Yeah, that solidified it. And then Dylan Brooks, whatever, because you have so many guys that can take those minutes. Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, um,
yeah,
give Jabari Smith more minutes. Like, you just have a lot of guys that can eat those minutes. You got to keep Steven Adams. You got to keep uh, Sengun. So, and they're probably going to re-sign Van Fleet at a lower number. I think they're going to decline his team option and then sign him to an extension for a lower number for longer.
Mm.
And then you got Reed Shepard still that can be a backup point guard. I think he can be a starter still, but I just think
yeah.
they're set up really well. The only problem is, and I will just say this as a warning, as a guy who had KD on his team for 3 years, that guy loves to suck the soul out of the team that he's on. It starts out good, by the way. This is my warning to Rockets fans. It starts out really good. He's awesome. He's really fun to watch. He's an amazing scorer. Something happens like a year in or 8 months in, and everybody hates each other when he's on the team. So I hope that doesn't happen. I sincerely hope that doesn't happen because I want the Rockets to do good. I like Amen Thompson. I like Ime Adoka. I like Kevin Durant, but it's it's a weird thing. I don't know if I'm sure you've noticed that too. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, there's always that video of him. I think it was in the playoffs, but like, who pulled up? Was it like Nick Young or someone that pulled up? Actually, I don't even know if it was that late, but it might have been Clay or someone. Fuck, I'm just rambling. But when he had the soundbite when he was like, "That's why I'm leaving," or it was fucking
oh,
Draymond.
it was
Draymond took like
Draymond
some jump shot. Yeah.
when he got the rebound and then he
Oh,
pushed the pace and just shot the ball, and then they went to overtime and he wouldn't talk to him. Yeah,
yeah. He said that's why I'm leaving.
it's
But
classic
no,
stuff.
yeah, it's evident in Phoenix, which is
Yeah, it
it's
was good
tough, especially
vibes
like
and then nothing.
the team they had too with Book and Beal. Like you guys were
Yeah,
supposed to be great.
it just it just didn't work, and I think he just has like a attitude of like very just kind of like chill, whatever. And I just think he's something throws other people off about that. I don't know what it is. I really hope it doesn't
No.
happen with the Rockets, but I am worried that it will because they're a really young team and they're going to gravitate towards him as a leader. And I think he's not a good leader. I think that's the main
Oh
problem.
no. And he plays like just obviously just isolation basketball. Like he wants the ball probably 7 out of 10 like trips down the floor. That's what I
Yeah,
hated watching with Phoenix, dude. He took every single shot.
dude, tell me
Like
about
no
it.
one else shot the ball. But
Dude, tell me about it. We complain about the Knicks, but every possession with the Suns this year was KD at the top of the key, not even dribbling, just jab stepping asking for screens, waving screens off, and then oh shit, all of a sudden there's 4 seconds on the shot clock. I'm gonna take a contested two, and it might go
The
in
most
because I'm good.
contested too.
The most
Yeah.
contested two,
Like,
and then he's good enough to make them 6 out of 10 times, so it works. But that's terrible offense.
yeah. I mean, you gotta respect to KD is a great player, but like at this point in your career, like you're getting brought in to like essentially help and develop players. But
Yeah, but
I mean, if he's just not that guy, I think organizations know by now that he's not going to be that guy, and you just want him for what he is right now. Because you know what you're going to get for him. You're going to get at least 20 from him every night.
you're gonna
If you can
get
build off that,
25, 7, and 4, and it's gonna be pretty efficient, and he's gonna score for you. And they needed that in the playoffs, so I get why they make a trade like this, the Rockets,
yeah.
especially because they didn't give up anything that they wanted. So, um,
Hmm.
I'm interested to see how it goes. I sincerely hope it works because I do like KD and I like a lot of the Rockets' young core, but I am just warning the Rockets fans as a guy that has had him on the team for 3 years. It gets ugly fast and it's a weird vibe. I'm just saying when it goes bad. So,
Fair warning.
but I'm not delusional like the Memphis Grizzlies fans. I know that the Suns, as currently constructed, even with a good 10th overall pick, are a lottery team still. So we have a lot of work to do. I'll be on the trade machine though. Trust that. This was not one of the deals that I put together, by the way. So
What was your? Did you do one with the Rockets? I'm just curious.
yeah, my favorite Rockets one that I did was Green and Jabari and the 10th pick. So basically just the same deal, but Brooks and Jabari switched out, um, and the 10th pick. Or I did one that was Green, Jabari, and Reed Shepard and no picks, which that was kind of my favorite because I like Reed Shepard. But um, yeah, I didn't ever include Brooks because I didn't really want him. But now that he's on my team, I'll ride or die for Brooks. Whatever, dude. Go punch some guys in the face.
That's.
We'll see what happens with that guy. He's bothered me for a long time, so now he's on my squad.
I mean, at least you have that enforcer. It doesn't give you much on offense, but
No, and he shoots a lot for some reason. But um, this is kind of like when we traded for Nurk, and I was like, man, I've always hated Nurk. All right, I guess go Nurk. Here we go. Um,
and then he's just a
so
mess.
just terrible. Now he's on Charlotte, where he belongs. Um,
No.
but yeah, I'm just happy that KD's off the team, and I can stop looking at like fake KD trades and fake news and oh the Spurs made this offer from the Twitter news cycle is just like such bullshit these days with just like fake accounts being like the Spurs did this and the Heat did this and it's all just 12-year-olds.
Yeah. I love it, dude. It's so funny. Gets your hopes
It's
up so much, but not. It doesn't even like get your hopes up. It's just like, what the fuck is this?
I've been loving seeing the Heat
But
fans mad they didn't get KD. I'm like, dude, you should be happy you didn't trade like real draft capital for him to just be like mid in the
yeah.
East. So bad.
Well, it'll be crazy to see what you guys do with those draft picks. So that'll be
I'm excited to have
very
some picks
interesting.
back.
As I say, at least you got something to look forward to.
Got the draft to look forward to now. Now that basketball's over, dude, it doesn't hit me until the next day that I only have baseball. Not that I have anything against baseball. I love baseball, but this is the time of year where not much going on sports wise.
Yeah.
Except for you.
Speaking of
You've been into the
baseball,
World Cup.
oh, me too. Yeah, I've been into the Club World Cup. It's pretty cool. It's not the best teams from the league. It's just like a couple random teams, but they're usually pretty good. But the games have been good, and they're coming out of the group stage right now, round of 16. So should be
Yeah.
getting kind of fucking crazy. And they've been letting them play on like the Eagles field, and then obviously they've been playing at CenturyLink. So it's kind of
Yeah.
sick. And then all these fans that travel from everywhere, fucking so much passion, dude. It's so sick. That's the
Soccer
one thing I
fans are
love about
different.
soccer. They're crazy. They are fucking crazy, and they always travel.
I like that
But
they have like songs and shit.
and they like light
They
shit on
just sing.
fire, and they make like crazy
They
like
hold
graphics
big
and
blankets.
yeah, big
I like it.
blankets in the fucking stands. Sick, dude.
Scarves.
Yeah, but I definitely know how you're feeling with sports because that's gonna be tough because basketball was holding us together for a while. Um,
Yep. Now it's just me
but
and my
yeah, Club World
Yankees.
Cup, baseball, yeah, it's a dark place. But hey, they're on the come up after the shitty fucking stretch they had.
How about Devin today, huh? Coming
Did
in,
Devin do it
4-2
again?
lead. 4-2 lead, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1K. Easy save for my guy, who I've always
Let's
supported.
go. Always. We're, yeah. That was a great pickup by you guys, by the way. He's not
Solid.
just a setup, man.
No,
He's
he.
not
I
just a
think he's
setup,
gonna.
man.
I think he's gonna be the closer because Boone was basically like, we're not just gonna give Weaver the job back. Like, so I think it's. I think it's Devin's now.
No. I mean, Weaver's he's a good pitcher, especially
I
since that
love Weaver.
fucking edit of him at Florida State came out. That shit is hilarious.
I love Weaver. He's a funny
Um,
guy.
he is a fucking funny guy. And shout out Ben Rice. I recently just found out that he catches, so that's sick. I don't know why I didn't know that before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he came up as a
Uh,
catcher and played catcher in college. Um,
yeah.
but we
So
moved
did
him to
Paul Skeens.
first.
That's crazy. Two of my
So did
favorite
Paul
players
Skeens.
played catcher.
Yep. My favorite catchers in order: Ben Rice, Paul Skeens, Carter Davis.
Cal Riley. Oh, Carter Dave. Ooh.
um, and then Cal Raleigh, maybe like a distant fourth. That dude has been mashing this week at Wrigley.
Yeah. First to 30, right?
Yep, first to 30. And he hit three, I think, in this series, or four maybe in this series against the Cubs. So
Yeah. And then
insane.
Devers hit a bomb against the Red Sox.
And the Giants took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox. The
Huge.
Devers and Chapman nod video went super viral where they
So
nod at
sick.
each other at the same time. Crazy aura on that. Um,
So sick.
my favorite version of that was when it said, when you just finish your 14th beer and you lock eyes with the bartender for your 15th. Yes. Um,
Huge.
Devers has been killing me since the trade. And so have the Red Sox fans with the cope of like, well, we got rid of
Yeah.
a bad contract and he's fat and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but he just mashes though, and he just keeps
I was
doing
gonna
that.
say, it's your best player. You weren't saying
Best
that a couple
hitter.
days ago about your best player. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Best hitter.
Rafi just mashes, and everybody being like, he's never gonna hit bombs at the Giant Stadium, and then he's just been mashing still. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what to say to the Red Sox fans.
Don't know what to say to him. But yeah, we don't need to talk about the Yankees dropping one to the Orioles. Well, that's fine.
No, 2 out of 3. We took two
Um,
out of three. Well, we did. We should have taken 3 out of 3. We totally blew game one.
that's more
And the
like it.
Orioles,
That's more like it.
dude, things got bad quick for the Orioles. Like their lineup with Rutschman being hurt, like it's basically just
Oh
Jackson
yeah,
Holliday and Gunnar Henderson, and then it's just a bunch of nobodies. Fucking Gary Sanchez was playing catcher, dude.
so sick, so sick. I didn't even know he was still playing. That's
I didn't
wild.
know either until I'm watching and the Yankees fans are booing. I'm like, why are they booing? Who is this guy? And they're like, oh, it's Gary Sanchez. And I'm like, what? Gary
What?
Sanchez? I thought
What
he
the
was
fuck?
long gone. I thought the next Gary Sanchez video I saw was going to be him playing in like the Dominican Winter League. So I can't believe that shit.
Yeah, is Cedric's just playing like ass, right?
Yeah, he seems pretty down in the dumps about the fact that they're just going to try and trade him. I mean,
Yeah, that is true.
I think he'll be good for whatever team he goes to.
Oh yeah, I
I've
love
been
Cedric.
seeing I've been seeing Phillies mock trades for him. Be interesting.
Yeah, but the Pirates are still doing the Pirates thing. We don't really need to talk about a whole lot of Pirates. Road to
Do you have a
40.
trade? Do you
Got
have a
there.
trade deadline deal that you want to see? Just not for the Pirates, but just like, or maybe it is for the Pirates, but in general, do you have like a trade deadline deal you want to see?
in general. I don't think so.
I want to see
I'm trying to
Sandy
think who's.
moved
Oh, Sandy moving would be sick.
to a
But
contender.
where?
I don't care who it is. I don't even care who it is. I just want to see him on a contender. He's finally getting
The
his.
pods?
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Pods
The
or
pods?
I don't mind him on the Cubs. They need some
I was
pitching.
gonna say, the Cubs do need some pitching, but they are so good at hitting, it doesn't matter.
So good at hitting and they play good defense, but I just think Sandy to the Cubs would be kind of a fire
The
trade.
Mets need pitching too.
Yeah, that would be actually good for the Mets. They get
Yeah.
Sandy because I think Clay Holmes being a first time starter, they're going to need somebody to eat some of those innings. So
Yeah. Because I can't think of any, teams that are on, the, of being a
yeah,
contender that would need a arm. I don't think the Cardinals need an arm. I don't think the Braves really need an arm.
the Braves are just depressing anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
What?
I could
Oh, they're
see
not close to the wild card standings, huh? Definitely
who.
not. The Braves.
No, dude, they went on such a terrible losing streak after I said they were going to win the NL.
Sure happens, man.
Yeah. But I want to see Sandy moved. That's like the move that I would be looking forward to. And then if the Diamondbacks decide to sell, Gallon being moved would be interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he would go,
I don't
but
even see any. I just pulled up a couple to see what Kyle Freeland. That would be kind of weird. Tyler Glasnow.
Glass now. That dude's made of glass.
Yeah, he is made of fucking glass. Well, these are so weird.
We on Bleacher Report?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm on.
Oh, okay. Because Bleacher Report will always be like, what if Miami traded Sandy Alcantara for a bag of chips and two free flight vouchers on United Airlines? And they're like, this is a good trade for both sides. I can't do it with them. Josh Naylor, first baseman for the Diamondbacks. I saw him potentially like getting traded to the Mariners. I think that'd be sick.
Ooh, I saw Rowdy when he went on assignment. This is tough.
Yeah. Which just yesterday I was talking to one of our friends, previously mentioned on this podcast, Carter Davis, about how he loves Rowdy. So tough day for him.
Yeah, I do love Rowdy too. He's just on the. And who plays first for him? Is it Moore?
Well, now it'll be more because it was Rowdy before.
Oh, I don't know. He was consistently playing. I feel like every time I watch the Mariners, but I don't really get to watch the Mariners because they're always fucking blacked out. But
He was platooning, I
yeah,
think. Like against righties, it would be Rowdy, and against lefties, it'd be more.
hmm. Who
But
catches when Cal DHs?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Does Cal
This is
DH a
because
lot?
I
I feel
usually
like he just catches.
I know he did against the Red Sox. The one game I listened to on the fucking radio, which is wild. I don't know if you've listened to a game on the radio, but it's not
Oh
bad.
yeah, Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver
Hmm.
is their
Makes
backup.
sense.
I listen to the Yankees radio all the time on the way home from the gym, and
That's
we have the most old New York lady
is
that
it
calls
still
our games.
Yes? Yes
Yeah, it's still
Network?
on Yes. It's still Yes. Yeah.
So
Well, it's,
fire. So
yeah.
fucking sick, dude.
WFAN by Yes.
That's
Um.
always been my favorite broadcasters to listen to ever since we were a fucking kid.
Oh yeah. Name that
It's
Yankee.
awesome.
My guy. Um. They're good, and then not to just go on a broadcast team tangent. The Padres have a good broadcast team, and
God,
I can't stand the A's broadcast team.
it's
I
really
do
good.
not like Dallas Braden calling those games.
No.
I think he's
The
really
Pirates one
annoying.
don't have theirs aren't terrible. Those aren't bad.
Pirates are good. Oh, did you, speaking of, now that we're talking announcing, did you see the Cardinals announcer step in shit? I posted about it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah. That's so rough. And you didn't mean to, man.
No, didn't mean to.
So
And then it
dumb.
was just, but then his color guy didn't save him. They just had 30 seconds of silence.
Just awkward silence.
If you're the color guy, you got to jump in right away and just be like, "These hats are great. They're awesome. I love these
Yeah,
hats."
just something so stupid.
Just something to get in there, but they just sat in silence for 2 pitches.
Well, the A's one. Did you see the A's one too? The soundbite they had with the Dippin' Dots.
No.
Dude, the woman announcer, she goes, "I'll take some Dippin' or some Dickin' some Dippin' Dots," and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to." But they
That's
just
bad.
rolled off of it. But that was funny. I'll have to
Okay, at
send
least
you
they
that one.
at
That
least
was
they
fucking
rolled
good.
off of it. At least they rolled off it. The Cardinals guy, they needed to help their guy out. Nobody rolled off of it. That was
Stupid.
bad. Nothing will ever top the Reds guy that got fired, but um, yeah,
Dude, so the Reds guy that got fired. Actually, I don't know
yeah,
if it was the Reds guy, but the one that like resigned on air. Do you remember that one?
yeah. Where he was like, and there's a deep drive to left field. It'll be a home run.
Yeah,
That
and he
guy.
resigned. So
Yeah.
that guy does yes or not yes network the CW. He does like Portland State games and like
Oh my
WSU
God,
and
I
Oregon
did not know
State.
that.
Yeah, it's that guy. I found
I
that
did
out
not
last year.
know
I
that.
thought that was fucking. I was like, damn, they really relegated his ass.
I did not know that was him. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Well, he had a for real,
it
like an
is.
actual not mistake fuck up. So I mean, that was
Yeah,
bad.
that was bad. That was really
But
bad.
but yeah, I feel for the Cardinals guy. Hopefully, next time your color guy can jump in and save you a little bit. But
Just,
um,
just say something. Just say something.
anything. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to, I guess, just all baseball until we got football coming up. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to think of like some games to play or some shit.
at least
Some
we have
all
the NBA
time.
draft to talk about midweek this
That
week
is true.
since it's on Wednesday.
That is,
So we have that.
that is true.
Um, some Love Island talk. Um,
Ooh, I've still been seeing fucking the reels.
yeah. Seems like Huda is just going to be there to stay, even though nobody really likes her. But need her to get to movie night. That's the biggest night. I need them to show the videos of her talking shit about everybody so that they can see that she hasn't really been their friend. So shout out to Love Island for keeping me going in these tough times with no sports.
First day with no sports.
First day with no sports, I watched every Love Island episode. No, but yeah, we're gonna have to do some fun gimmicks this summer for sure. Some weird drafts.
Some weird drafts would be cool.
We
Hell
need
yeah.
something. Well, be mean to us in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe.
Please. Still
Congratulations to
haven't
the
got it.
Thunder.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna happen, but Mickey Mouse ass ring.
Get well soon, Hallie.
Yeah, facts. The East needs you.
The East
We need
needs you,
you for
Hallie.
next year.
We do.
Tatum, you can stay. You can stay. You don't have to do it.
Tatum, take your time.
Yeah,
We
take your
did
time, man. Make
it.
sure you come out. You got to do it again, so make sure you come back healthy.
Exactly.
Alrighty, y'all.
All right.
Alrighty.
Peace.